In the quiet town of Soham, nestled in the heart of Cambridgeshire, peace was a way of life. It was the kind of place where everyone knew everyone, where doors were left unlocked, and children played freely in the streets. But all of that changed on one warm summer afternoon in August 2002. This is the story of Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman, two inseparable 10-year-old girls, and how their innocent day out turned into one of the most harrowing murder investigations in modern British history. It was Sunday, August 4, 2002. Holly and Jessica were best friends. That afternoon, they had been at a family barbecue at Holly's house. They laughed, played games, and took pictures wearing their matching red Manchester United shirts, proudly showing support for their team and for David Beckham, their shared football hero. At around 5:30 p.m., the girls left the house to buy some sweets at a vending machine at the local sports center, a short walk away. That would be the last time their families saw them alive. By 6:15 p.m., the girls were seen walking down College Road near the Soham Village College, where both were students. Shortly after, they vanished. As hours passed, with no sign of the girls, the community sprang into action. The local police were contacted and the search began immediately. By the next morning, the case had gone national. Thousands of volunteers, officers, and even military personnel combed the countryside. Posters with Holly and Jessica's smiling faces were pinned on every lamppost and supermarket wall. News broadcasts interrupted regular programming. This was no longer a missing persons case. It was race against time. During the frantic days of the search, a man stepped into the media spotlight. A local school caretaker, 28 years old, Ian Huntley. He lived on the school premises with his partner, Maxine Carr, a 25-year-old teaching assistant at the girls' primary school. Ian gave the interviews to TV stations. His voice quivered as he described how he remembered seeing the girls that evening. He said they looked happy and smiling. He claimed he was shocked and heartbroken over their disappearance. To the public, he seemed genuine, helpful, maybe even a little heroic. But behind the scenes, something darker was unraveling. Police began checking alibis. Maxine Carr told investigators that Ian was home with her the entire evening of August 4th. But when the police dug deeper, they discovered that Maxine had not even been in town that day. She had been visiting her mother in Grimsby, nearly 150 miles away. Her alibi for Ian Huntley was a lie. Then came a second break. A neighbor reported seeing Holly and Jessica standing outside Huntley's house, minutes after their last known sighting. Police returned to the house and made a chilling discovery. In the bin behind the caretaker's home, they found partially burned remains of the girls' Manchester United shirts. On August 17, 2002, 13 days after their disappearance, a gamekeeper near RAF Lakenheath made a horrific discovery. In a remote ditch, about 13 miles from Soham, the bodies of Holly and Jessica were found. They were badly decomposed. Forensic analysis revealed that both girls had likely died on the evening that they went missing. The community that had once held on to hope now mourned. Ian Huntley was arrested and charged with the murder of both girls. He offered a weak explanation. He said one girl had accidentally drowned in his bath and the other had panicked, but his lies crumbled under forensic scrutiny. He had cleaned his house and car with bleach, removed fibers, and even tried to dispose of the evidence by burning their clothes. Maxine Carr was also arrested for perverting the course of justice due to her false alibi. The trial began in November 2003 at the Old Bailey in London. It lasted for 6 weeks. Prosecutors argued that Huntley had deliberately lured the girls into his home, likely under the pretense of speaking to Maxine, their trusted teaching assistant. Once inside, he murdered them both. He showed no remorse. He watched the court proceedings in silence. The jury took 4 days to deliberate. On December 17, 2003, Ian Huntley was found guilty of 2 counts of murder. He was sentenced to 2 life terms in prison, with a recommendation that he never be released. Maxine Carr was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison for her part in the cover-up. She served 21 months before being released under a new identity. The Soham Murders shook the United Kingdom to its core. Public outrage grew when it was revealed that Huntley had a lifelong history of sexual offenses, including accusations of underage relationships, harassments, and stalking. Yet he was still allowed to work at a school. A full government investigation, the Bichard inquiry, followed. As a result, the UK overhauled the vetting system for anyone working with children. This led to the creation of Disclosure and Bearing Service, DBS, a critical safety check now required for all school employees. Today, over 2 decades later, the town of Soham still bears the scars of that terrible summer. A memorial garden honors Holly and Jessica, a space for remembrance, for peace, for the lives that were taken too soon. And while their families continue to grieve in private, their story remains one of the most heartbreaking and most important crime cases in modern history. A reminder that even the quietest of towns can hold the darkest secrets.